Welcome to the Politics Programme with me, George Hargreaves. Once again, I have special guests this month. I have with me Reverend Nims Abungi, MBE, Baroness Howes of St David's, and Paul Diamond, Barrister at Law. This is the Politics Programme with George Hargreaves. Well, since the last time I was on the air with you, a momentous thing has happened in the world of politics. You'd have had to be on a different planet not to know that we have the very first president-elect of America who is an African-American. So we're going to have, well, in fact, I was out there for the election, so we're going to have a look at what election morning looked like on that momentous day, November the 4th, when Barack Hussein Obama became president-elect of the United States of America. What's this special report?
Yeah, so like I said, we're right here at LJ's Plaza down here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and we're looking forward to a victory celebration for Obama Biden tonight. You know what I mean? It's a historic moment. We're trying to do everything we can to support him and his campaign, and we're just looking forward to a historical moment.
First of all, I just think it's very important to vote, period. And then I also believe in his ideals, and I think he's a strong candidate for change. And with the new generation, I think that that's what they're looking for as well. And so I'm just out supporting him.
And is your support got anything to do with his color? Would you support him?
Has nothing to do with his color.
If he was a white man saying the same thing, you would be voting?
I'll say this, I voted for white people all my life, and I'm voting for a black man who is intelligent and very capable of being the president of this country.
You've worked in race relations and in the struggle here in the UK, did you think you would live to see the day when there would be a black American president?
No, I didn't think I'd live long enough. But I've always been a follower of the Martin Luther King's dream. And I'm delighted that I'm here to see an African American as president-elect, and I am still praying that I'll be here in January when he walks through those doors as Mr. President.
But there are those who say when 96% of the black vote voted for Obama in the US, isn't that racism turned the other way round?
I disagree. Lots of people voted for Obama, and if Obama was looking for votes
but not
throughout the world,
96% of the whites.
There's freedom in your vote, and one may choose who they vote for, and I like that too. But I think you will find that Obama had as many people who supported Martin Luther King vote for him out of their conviction that he was the best man for the job.
Paul Diamond, I was in Washington, D.C. with you quite recently, and I know we met some movers and shakers there. Do you think that if Obama was a Republican, he would have still won? Was it about left-right politics, or was it just that it was time for a black man to walk into the White House?
I think he won the election because of the economic crisis, and but for that, in mid-September, I think McCain would have won the election. My feeling is, and I think I find it rather annoying, all this talk, he's an African-American, he's a black man. I mean, I am in favour of the Martin Luther King statement, you judge a man by his character. And I actually feel there wasn't enough focus on his character. And it's certainly in the Christian concept, and a lot of traditional areas that Christians are concerned about, abortion, same-sex marriage, we would see as hostility to Judeo-Christian values, even political things perhaps on Israel, etc. He is very far from the traditional Judeo-Christian position on these issues. So I think we need to focus more on his character, what he's actually going to do as president, and whether he really is up to the job. And clearly he's intelligent and able, but there's more to it than being quick-witted, intelligent and able in that job.
Nims, Pastor Nims, character, not colour. Does Obama stack up?
I think he stacks up on all counts, and I think it's unfair to deny the African American the position to say, and because I listened to CNN as the build-up came up, and they did say you can't deny that race was also involved in this election. It was involved, and let's not you know, tiptoe on that. If 96% of the black African-American community voted for him, 65% of the Hispanic community voted for him, there was, you know, we're talking about the average American, the man on the streets, who understands issues around politics, but they also understand issues around how they have been undermined quite often within the black community. And that has happened in America and also in the United Kingdom. And so there is a place where we have to find that there is a combination of character and color. And you hope that somebody with your color can understand your issues better and capture those issues. Obama ticked many boxes. He was also raised by white grandparents. He fit. Those within the white community felt that they had a part in him. The black community felt they had a part in him.
Now, within the white community, there's been a lot of talk that actually this was about dealing with white guilt and a kind of catharsis by which consciences were cleansed by pulling the lever in favour of a black man. You're saying that's not the answer. It's just that he ticked the right boxes.
Let's face it, everybody walked into they walked in and they ticked that box for different reasons. To reduce his victory to one strand is just a fallacy on its own. We've got to accept that the American population voted on different counts, and whatever worked for each person that voted for him, you know, for any of us to just take one brush and say that was the only basis of him winning, I think is an error. What we've got to accept is the American people voted on different reasons. Whether you voted out of guilt, you voted out of identity, you voted out of issues, the votes brought him to the place where he was the best man at this time suited for the job, and I pray by God he delivers.
That's a big question. Will he deliver, Baroness Howes? It's been a lot of hope, a lot of expectation. Can he really deliver what he has cracked up, this big change?
Let's look at, I've worked in the field of race relations, and most of us who did and do still look at the glass ceiling to see if we can get over the myth of Aryan superiority. Obama is one person who's done it. Baroness Amos has become the leader of the House of Lords. She's broken the glass ceiling. You know, we just have to look, we do it one at a time. If that's the way it's going to be. I don't want to take anything away from Obama. I think he will deliver as well as any president before him, and perhaps even better than others coming, but that's a prophecy. Nevertheless, prime ministers fail, presidents fail, and he can't be any worse simply because he has a touch of the tar brush in him. He will do the right thing for America in his position, given the chance. He will do it.
Now, you've talked about Baroness Amos, your colleague in the House of Lords, leader of the House of Lords, Prime Minister, black Prime Minister in your lifetime?
I wouldn't suggest it would be in my lifetime, but it's not impossible. Each man has a vote, each woman has a vote nowadays. So we're there. What we will do is work towards getting the best person to be Prime Minister.
But isn't the problem here that our system isn't a presidential system? So before you can become Prime Minister, you've actually got to become leader of your party. And isn't really the question, is there any major political party that is willing to have a black man as its leader? Paul?
Can I just come in on that before Paul? Because you see, I am not looking at it as willing to have. I would not denigrate my colleagues who are white by saying that they won't vote for a black man if he is the best man for the job in their opinion. And therefore I wouldn't want to take that view. I believe the day will come when it will be a black Prime Minister in Britain. What I am concerned about is that by the time it happens, it won't be the headline because Obama has already done it in America.
And is it not appropriate that it isn't a headline, that it's just one of those things? One time it's a white guy, next time it's a black guy, the next time it's a...
We forget there are all